Hey, hey, hey. 4:33. Welcome back. I don't know if anybody came back today after yesterday. Doesn't look like anybody's here yet. There's somebody. Maybe I'll just sit here for a minute. Check my email. Oh, look at you guys. Look at this. All kinds of people showing up. All right. Enough small talk then. How's everybody today? Hope you're having a good day. It's a pretty day outside. Kind of cold. Blustery. Hey, hi, hey, hi. I'm going to wait like one more minute, even though this might be boring, before I start talking. Hey, hi, hey. Went for a walk. Sweet. It's nice out. I went for a motorcycle ride a little while ago. It's windy out, but pretty. I'm going for a walk in a little while after this. Somebody gave me a thumbs down yesterday on the up top. That hurt my feelings. I tried to figure out who it was, but I couldn't. Played with your dog outside. Awesome. Sounds like a good way to spend the day. I don't have a dog, but I feel you. Hey, hi. You gave me the thumbs down? Thank you. All right. That's true. All right. So try not to look at your comments right now. I want to talk about a couple of things, and I'll talk about Hamlet, and then we'll move on. My feelings aren't hurt. I'm okay. If I can handle all the daily thumbs down in a regular classroom, I can handle a virtual one on YouTube. All right. So we had a meeting this morning, a Zoom meeting, the whole English department. I found out a couple of interesting things that I'll pass along to you. And I'm going to try to switch my screen here. And again, I'm not going to give you any definitive anything, especially as it refers to English, my class, until tomorrow. And tomorrow I will give you the breakdown of all kinds of things and how class is going to work. I think we're going to, a couple of things. One, I think I said yesterday, there's going to be 2 more assignments that'll go in this quarter. So your grades will change a little bit. It looks like we are supposed to give you an hour to an hour and a half of work per week. Hi. So, an hour and a half of work per week per class. It isn't really very much, but it'll keep you busy somewhat. We do have to set up like virtual office hours, teachers, where you can get in touch with us. It looks like, and I'm going to switch screens here, so hopefully you can stay on here. It looks, I think you can probably still see me, but I don't have any idea actually. Can you still see me and hear me? That would be my question. Oh no. Uh-oh, what did I just do? Uh-oh. That's not what I want. Hold on, stay with me. This I'm gonna close right there. Yes, you can still see me and hear me. Awesome, great. All right, so here's what I'm going to tell you about what we're going to, or at least a heads up on, kind of what's going on from now on. Although my screen just disappeared. Sorry, everything's going slowly. So for high school and all, again, I'm going to go over this and give you a schedule, probably everything tomorrow. I'll send out a document that you can see, but really what you need to know is that elementary schools get morning time for work online. High schools get afternoon. As I said, I'll change around my hours to, just like this to work with your schedules. But basically, it sounds like at the beginning of the week, we're supposed to give you assignments and touch base with you on Mondays and Wednesdays. And it looks like English is around 12:30. And then on Fridays, to be there to maybe have some connections with you and to give you feedback. And that's when assignments are going to be done. So that's kind of what's going to happen. The marking period ends on the 17th. That's 2 weeks. If you're missing work and you have missing work, you'll have an opportunity to turn some of that stuff in depending on what it is. Anyway, everything will be on Classroom, and everything will be on Classroom. I'll give you the assignments on Classroom. You'll turn them in on Classroom, and I will, grade them on Classroom. So I'll have to switch to reading stuff electronically, which I don't really like, but that's what I'll do. I think we will do some sort of Zoom Classroom. I don't know yet whether I'm going to do it with like everybody all at once. That would be really hard to do. Or else break it down by class. I guess we're just going to have to figure this out. Nobody knows for sure exactly how everything is going to work out. There's nothing on Classroom yet. When assignments are given out, they'll go to Classroom. When I know the due dates and all the assignments and everything you're going to be due, that'll all go out to you via Classroom. And I'll probably on Mondays put up some kind of a message about what's going on and talk about it. But don't look for anything to show up till Monday. All right. There's no work this weekend. There's no homework. The first assignment that you get will be on Monday. There's not that much to do still as we wrap up the quarter. We're not going to really cover anything new. So today's the 2nd. So we've got, and then you have a spring break. Yes, Monday coming up. You also have a spring break. It looks like, which I think is funny. But so spring break is April 9th, 10th, and 13th. So I guess I'm giving you a break from work for 3 days or 5 days there. Anyway, yes, Monday this week. No. That's not what I said. I said spring break. I said on Monday, I'm going to give you all the assignment. All right. On Monday, I'll make the announcement. I'll put up a video. I'll reach out to you on Classroom. There'll be an assignment. During the week, I'll explain it to you. I'll ask if anybody has questions. You'll check in with me, and it'll be due next Friday. I'll do the same thing the following Monday, and then you'll have one more assignment that you'll have done. Okay. All right. That's that. I don't know what else to talk about right now. Let's talk about Hamlet. Some of you, there's not many people here, but I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Hamlet. There we go. As I said yesterday, the whole senior zine is probably going to be done online. We won't start that. I don't know what that means, but the whole assignment is going to be the zine is online. You'll have weekly due dates. That'll be pretty much what we're working on. I'll talk about that all next week. So let's move on. Hamlet. If you paid attention, if you were here, last time we went over Hamlet. No, I already did my house tour. All right, I'm not doing a house tour. Okay, this is my house. All right, this is it. The whole thing. I live here, sleep here. This is it. This one room. So here's what's happening. Hamlet sees young Fortinbras, and for those of you who are try to read along. The senior zine is the senior project. We'll talk about that next week. The Act 4, Scene 5. So we've got something going on. All right. So you remember at the end of last time we talked about it, Hamlet had seen young Fortinbras and his army marching over to go to attack Poland. Hamlet sees that he's going off to do that, and he is he's fired up. He is motivated by the fact that young Fortinbras is going and doing something that all those men are going to go fight and die over a piece of land that doesn't mean anything to anybody, right? It's not worth anything, but these people are going to fight it. The senior zine, time out. The senior zine is the senior project, all right? It would have been started probably by now if we were in class. We're not in class. It will be started next week, or we'll talk about it specifically next week. It will be the focus of what we do over the fourth quarter, all right? You don't need to worry about the senior zine, what it is, when it's due, what we're doing until I assign it, all right? Great. Hamlet. So Hamlet sees young Fortinbras going on to fight. He gets motivated, and the last lines he says are, "From this time forth, my thoughts be bloody or nothing worth." Right? He's like, from now on, all I'm thinking about is vengeance, getting revenge. Meanwhile, Ophelia has a nervous breakdown because her father's dead, and Hamlet is supposed to be being sent to England. Right? The king has sent him to England. And at first, he says he's supposed to go collect money that's owed to him. But then when the king is alone, we hear him say, "Do it, England, until I know that he's been taken care of. I won't be able to focus on anything." So the king has sent Hamlet off to England to be murdered, to be executed. Hamlet's boat will land in England. The Rosencrantz and Guildenstern have this letter that the king gave him. It says, when you read this letter, kill Hamlet, and that's that. So, Ophelia is descending into insanity. That's a good one. So here's where we are. Is Ophelia you're going to see she's lost her mind. She's gone crazy. Her boyfriend broke up with her, right? Or she broke up with him, really. Now her dad's dead. All right, she's losing it. Here's the queen. This is Queen Gertrude. Yeah, that's true. But, let's see. You tell me in a minute, Thelma, whether or not you think that, she's insane or whatever. All right, so let's look at this. But basically, this is a nurse on next to Gertrude, and that's Horatio, Hamlet's buddy. All right. And they're basically saying, Ophelia wants to talk to you, and the queen is basically saying, I don't really want to talk to her. Oh, what's going on now? Technical difficulties. All right, let's try this again. I'm going back a little bit, not much. Basically, what they're saying is that Ophelia says a lot of really crazy, bizarre things, but inside of them there is meaning to it. And much like Hamlet's described earlier on, right? He says, Polonius says, or the king says, though it is madness, there is method in it. So both of them really are saying things that seem to be true, even though they're spouting this really, crazy talk.
My sick soul, as sin's true nature is, each toy seems prologue to some greater mess. So full of artless jealousy is guilt, it spills itself in fearing to be spilt.
Where is the beauteous majesty of Denmark?
Now, Ophelia, how should I your true love know from another one? By his cockle hat and staff, and his sandal shoon. Alas, sweet lady, what imports this song? Say, nay, pray you, mark At his heels a stone. Bring you luck! Why, it is...
So Ophelia is in a straitjacket, right? She's being restrained because she's a threat to maybe herself, maybe others, and she's going to switch back and forth between just talking and singing songs, and she'll do some more singing, but also, what she just said, he is dead and gone, my lady, he is dead and gone. So it's a song that she's singing, but it's also true about who? Her father, Polonius.
Showers the mountain snow, was what came larded with sweet flowers, which bewept to the grave, did not go with true love showers.
What do you, pretty lady?
Well, God healed you. They say the owl was the baker's daughter, nor do we know what we are, but know not what we may be. God be at your table.
Conceit upon her father.
But when I ask you what it means, say you this. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day, all in the morning betime, and I am at your window to be your Valentine. Then up he rose and donned his clothes and doffed the chamber door, let in the maid, the touted maid, never departed more.
Ophelia.
Indeed, love, without an oath, I'll make an end on't. By guessing by St. Charity, a lack and five for shame. Young men will do it if they come to it. I can't bear to blame. Quoth she, before you tumbled me, you promised me to wed. So would I down by your desire, and now hast not come to my bed.
How long has she been there?
Okay. All right. So she's gone mad. She's lost her mind. She's crazy. But she also knows some reality. A, she knows that her father's dead. B, she knows that somebody needs to pay the price for it. And then the king says, oh, she's thinking about her father. And then she goes, blah, 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 blah. And she sings the song about a guy. It is bizarre. She sings a song about a guy who, told her how much he loved her and then took her to bed and then wasn't there for her necessarily anymore after that. So she's obviously not talking about her father there. She's talking about Hamlet kind of as well. All right.
I hope all will be well. We must be patient. But I cannot choose but weep. To think they should lay him in the cold ground. My brother shall know of it.
So that is kind of a hint as, maybe what's going to happen or what the next twist is her brother will hear of it, right? Her brother's name is Laertes. We've met Laertes. He's out of town, but he's going to find out that his father was killed and he's going to want to come back and get some revenge. Who's he going to be mad at? Hamlet killed him. He's going to hear that, right? Is he going to be mad at Hamlet? Is he going to be mad at what gave Hamlet the opportunity to actually kill Polonius? Was Hamlet acting crazy beforehand? Was his behavior weird? Should he have been locked up or punished? And I'll answer that and I'll say, yeah, he probably should have. So if he wasn't punished, and wasn't locked up, and wasn't being looked after carefully, whose fault might it be? Who might Laertes blame initially? That guy? Yeah, that guy. All right. So Claudius said to us before, right? I should have done something for this. I thought he was, acting strange, but he didn't do anything. So he's going to feel a little threatened here by the fact that Laertes is going to come back, because Laertes is looking for vengeance, right? And and vengeance in his play, as you know, is murder.
And so I thank you for your good counsel. Come,
drink the water, I pray you. This is the poison of deep grief. It springs all from her father's death. And now, behold, oh, Gertrude.
So if you want to look at this, right, Claudius just says this is deep grief. It all spawned from her father's death, and that's partially true, but it's not all the way true, right? The reason that the king, one of the things the king is missing over is Hamlet as well. I don't understand that question. What was the king's intent for what? Well, while I'm waiting for you to clarify, one of the things that you start thinking about too is what exactly, did Claudius start? Oh, no. No. I don't think there's anything sexual at all going on there in that part. He does, she would be like a niece to him probably. So I don't think that was going on. He was trying to grab her, maybe to restrain her because her actions were bizarre, and he's starting to get worried. But you got to think. So I don't think there's anything about that there. But you got to think about what are the repercussions, the ramifications, what's happened since the king killed his brother. I mean, things are just falling apart, right? You've got, I don't want to go through it right now, but just keep track. Remember, we talked yesterday, 2 days ago, about how this is a tragedy, right? What are some of the side effects of, starting this ball rolling, right? It's the death of Polonius. It's Ophelia's, insanity. So the king is really responsible for all of this stuff. His greed, his desire to have the queen and the power, is the cause of these things. So he can keep saying it's her father's death or it's Hamlet's, rejection of her, but it all comes down to Claudius. It's all his fault. Everything that happens is Claudius's fault for what he did initially. So I'll just tell you here what's going on, and then I'll let it play. Is Laertes is coming back. He found out that his father's dead, and he's storming the castle, and he rounded up a bunch of citizens who, have his back and say, we support you. The king is to blame in the death of your father, right?
What is the matter?
Save yourself, my lord. The ocean, overclearing of his list, eats not the floods with more impetuous haste than young Laertes and orators like all bears your officers. The rebel calling lord. And as the world were now to begin, antiquity forgot, custom not known, the ratified and prompts of every word, they cried, choose we, Laertes shall be king. Caps, hands, and tongues, applaud it to the clouds, Laertes shall be king, Laertes king. How just am I, offspring, they cry. Oh, this is counter, you these dogs.
Where is this king? So stand you all without you. No, that's coming! I pray you give me leave! We will. I thank you.
All right, well, they don't listen to him, and they do very quickly. But he says, where's the king? And he tells those guys who follow him in, leave me alone. I'll handle this by myself. Laertes is... He wants to kill the king right now. He plans to kill the king. All those people behind him, they think the king is to blame. They say Laertes should be our king, although that's kind of ridiculous as far as I'm concerned, because Laertes has no claim upon the throne. All right. Anyway, so let's see what happens. But the king looks worried. The queen, she looked pretty, solid up there. She was, oh, you Danish dogs, right? So maybe that says something about her. She does seem to be pretty strong at some points in the play.
Oh, thou vile king! Give my father!
Calmly, good Laertes.
That drop of blood that calm proclaims me bastard! Christ cuckold to my father! Brands the harlot even here between the chaste unsmirched brow of my true mother!
What is the cause, Laertes, that thy belly looks so giant-like? Let him go, Gertrude. Do not fear our person. There's such divinity doth it, O king, that treason can but peep to what it would, it acts little of his will. Tell me, Laertes, why thou art thus incensed? Let him go, Gertrude. Speak, man.
Where is my father?
Dead.
But not by him.
Let him demand his fate.
How can he dead? I'll not be juggled with to hell allegiance, vows to the blackest devil, conscience and grace to the profoundest pit. I dare damnation. To this point I stand, that both the worlds I give to negligence. Let come what comes, only I'll be revenged, most truly for my father.
Who shall
Woo! All right. Why doesn't he just stab him? That's a good question. I mean, the king is playing it pretty calm, right? What's your issue? Why are you here? Why are you blaming me? So the king is being very calm, but the king is also, remember, he's a deceitful, backstabbing kind of guy. So, but again, Laertes isn't a killer either. He's kind of like Hamlet. Hamlet was just a kid, college kid. So is Laertes. So to go from being, a college kid to a ruthless murderer, it's a big stretch. But Laertes says, I don't care what's going to happen. If I have to kill a king and go to hell, I'm going to kill a king and go to hell. I'm going to get revenge for my father. And is Laertes different than Hamlet, and thus far? And if he is, how? I'm going to say he is different. So how is he different? What stands out about Laertes thus far as opposed to Hamlet? Yeah, he's more active than Hamlet. He's doing something, right? Hamlet just says, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and I'll do this, and this is my plan, but he doesn't do anything. Laertes, right, he finds out his dad gets killed, and he runs in and points his sword at the king right away and says, I'm going to cut you, right? Yeah, so, yeah, there's no delay. He's right there doing it. So he's the kind of guy that Hamlet wishes he could be.
My will, not all the world. And for my means, I'll husband them so well they shall go far with little.
Good Laertes, if you desire to know the certainty of your dear father's death, is written your revenge that sweepstake you will draw both friend and foe, winner and loser.
None but his enemies.
Will you know them then?
To his good friends thus wide I'll ope my arms, and let the kind life-rendering pelican repulse them with my blood.
Why, now you speak like a good child, and
The king says, are you so fired up that you'd kill somebody who's your friend, not your enemy, somebody who's on your side and here to help you? Because that's what he's saying that he is.
true gentleman, that I am guiltless of your father's death, and am most sensitive in grief for it. It shall as level to your judgment pierce as day doth to your eye.
So the king says, I'm not the one responsible. I'll explain to you, and you'll see it. But if you want the person that killed your father, it's not me. And then he's going to, what do you think? Do you trust Claudius? What do you think he's going to do? What's he going to do with Laertes? Maybe form an alliance? Would you trust Claudius? I wouldn't trust him with anything. He's a weasel. Uh-oh, here comes Ophelia.
What is that? Oh, heat to dry out my brains. Tears 7 times sought to burn out the sense and virtue of my mind. By heaven, thy madness shall be paid by weight till our scale turns to beam.
So, yeah, I don't think Claudius is any more corrupt. He's the most corrupt. He'll kill anybody who gets in his way to keep the power that he killed for. Right? He killed his brother, stole the throne, married his wife. Now, what's he done to Hamlet? He's sending Hamlet off to be killed. What do you think is going to happen to anybody else in this play? Anyway, so we're at the time, 30 minutes, I think, is kind of where we should be. I don't want to talk too much longer. I don't want to bore you guys. But he just showed up and realized that he lost his father. His dad's dead. He's angry. He's threatened the king. The king says, wait, I'll tell you who's responsible. Right. And he calms down a little bit. And then he sees his sister, who's gone obviously crazy, running around. And he says, the cause of this madness will be paid back. Right. So what else did he lose besides his father? I'm going to wait. Yeah, he lost his sister. Exactly. His sister. Exactly. He lost his sister. So Laertes has lost his whole family. He never had a mother, as far as we know. All right. And he lost his father, and now he lost Ophelia. So he's going to be, fired up and looking for some vengeance, even as nice as he was. Yes, sister. Such a delay. I don't know. That must be just some kind of delay. This will be interesting next week on Zoom. I don't know. Should we stop? I think we should stop. All right. So tomorrow we'll go back to Hamlet. We're not covering it quite as quickly as I would have. You want me to continue? You're not even in my class. I think you graduated last year, 2 years ago. Came back for more. I'm going to stop here. So tomorrow, now I'm going to. Sure, why not? I don't know. What was that? Why not? Why not stop? Why not keep going? Anyway, I'm stopping. All right. It's quitting time. It's 5:00. I got things to do. I don't really. I'm going for a walk. I'm going for a walk around the neighborhood and see everything that's closed up. My hat is it's plover. Why don't you look it up? What's it? So I think plover is it's a company that does composting. So they take restaurant waste and they compost it. I believe that's what it's from. My son, who works in a restaurant, I guess they do this company they use. So look it up. I think it's pretty cool. Plover, Pluv. That's backwards or whatever, but plover. All right. So tomorrow, more Hamlet. Thanks for not giving me any thumbs down today. You know who you are. What do you think is going to happen with Laertes? What do you think is going to happen with Ophelia? And this is where we will take. The last thing we're talking about is hats. We're going to end on hats, and that's it. So see you tomorrow around this time, 4:30, 5, and have a great day. Wash your hands. Stay safe. Be nice to your families if you're stuck in the house with your families. I'm sure that's getting old or oldish, or maybe it's wonderful. See you guys tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.